If you're tall, still blue-pilled, or are selected, you're probably not going to like this advice I'm about to give. If your ego is weak, you might think I'm a bit of a jerk in the way I'm going to give this advice. But this is real man-to-man advice without any bullshit. Just easy for you to understand and direct to the point. So that's the kind of advice you like. Stay tuned. We're going to have something interesting for you today. But first, gotta lift. Today's advice is about men taking responsibility for their romantic relationships. Men, you have to be the one to take the lead in your relationship if you want a traditional woman. If you want a woman who's going to be cooperative, sweet, maybe even submissive, you're then going to have to be the counter to that. You're going to have to be a take-charge leadership type of man. If you can't be that man, you won't get that woman that you want. This means that you have to be the one to initiate going out on a date. You have to be the one to initiate meeting her in the first place and initiate each step of the romance. I talk to women every day who tell me they wished that some man that they really like would ask them out. Now, of course, you might think, well, why doesn't she just initiate? Why didn't she ask me out? It's because she's testing you. She wants to know if you have enough empathy and the intelligence to figure out that she really likes you. Now, honestly, a lot of these women are given hints that even the dumbest guy in the world should be able to figure out. The problem is, men today have been propagandized to think that they can't take the lead in relationships, to think that they can't be the one to initiate. Gotta lift some more. It's time with a belt. Okay. Most good women won't initiate a romantic relationship with a man because they want the kind of man who's take charge in life. What kind of man is going to be successful? What kind of man is going to be able to bring in resources her and her children need? It's going to be the kind of man that has the balls to go out and get what he wants out of life. And if he can't at least get a woman, then pick her and choose her and convince her to marry him, he's not the one for them. This is why in traditional culture, men ask and women decide whether they want to say yes or no. This is super important that we understand this. We're not going to move any farther forward in relationships if we don't get to the ask. Now, you're going to get rejected most of the time. That's why you got to have a tough ego. You've got to know your worth, and you've got to be able to project that worth before you ask. This will greatly reduce how often you're rejected, but even the most amazing man is going to get rejected on a regular basis. And you need to learn to deal with that. Life is about rejection. You know, you don't get every job you apply for. If you're doing a sales job, you don't make every sale you try to make. Life is a mix of successes and failures. But you need to get only one good success when you're looking for a spouse. Back to lifting. It's hard and think and lift at the same time. Here's the other thing. If you only find yourself around crappy women, if all the women you're meeting are horrible, degenerate, arse-selected sluts, or enormous blue-haired feminists, well, that's probably your fault. If you bring a product to market and nobody wants it who is willing to exchange the value that you want for it, the problem isn't with the market. The problem is with the product or the way it's being offered. So I see some really great guys out there. They're not getting many opportunities with women because they don't know how to present themselves. And they're not putting themselves in the right place with women. But you have to accept that it is 100% your responsibility to find the right woman. It's her choice, her responsibility to then choose what man she's going to get. If you want to hold women completely responsible for the man they choose, we have to hold men completely responsible for the women they find or don't find. This means that you need to put a lot of effort, time, money, everything into your search, you know. If you want to learn how to play guitar, it takes about 1,000 hours to get decent at it. It takes like 10,000 hours to get really good at it. Think of it the same way with your relationship. You might search 2 hours a week, 2 hours a day for, you know, 2.5 years. Maybe spend 1,000 hours total looking for a spouse. So you've gotten then good enough to get started. That's the beginning of the relationship. It'll take you a few years then of very intense time with your mate to get your marriage to the point where it's very mature and stable. It doesn't take forever, it's not impossible to do, and it's absolutely worth it, but it does take time. Back to lifting. So what's your plan? If you have a plan in your head, that's good. It's not good enough. You gotta have something written down. You gotta have something that you can evaluate, that you can improve over time, iterations. You need to have a bunch of other guys, 2, 3, 4 other guys, preferably live near you, but even if they don't, you gotta form your right-wing dating squad, you know? You gotta get a bunch of men together who are gonna help you have your back, help you to avoid places where degenerate, slutty, R-selected women hang out, where crazy women hang out, and they gotta help you get in and find places where the good women are. If you have, say, 3 friends helping you out and you're helping them out, you're multiplying your ability to search by 4. Good women hang out in groups. You find one, you're likely to find 10 or 20 of them. They hang out together, they associate together. Women are much more social than men in general. You need to go find these places where these women are. Good women will not tolerate bad women. They will push them out of the group. So you're not going to find a group that's a mix of crazy and good. If there's a crazy in there, they're all crazy. Stay away from those kind of groups. Some people are great at hiding their crazy until after you marry them. This is a great way to filter them out. Judge a woman not just by what she does, but by what kind of people she tolerates in her life. And she's going to do the same thing to you. Time to lift some more. Lastly, be the kind of man that the kind of woman you want would like. Go to smv4k.com. Look up the article on building your dating pipeline. Read it. Follow the instructions step by step. Download the worksheets, start filling them out. If you wait till tomorrow, you're one day farther behind. Think how old you are. If you're already 25, 30, 35, 40, time is running out. If you don't get moving now, if you procrastinate, you're always going to keep doing that. Do some action every day. Every day, take a step farther, closer towards your goals. Every time you take a closer step, you will feel more inspiration. You'll get better at it. You'll get better at socializing, understanding women. You will just become a better man. And every step you take closer to achieving your goals is a step you don't have to take tomorrow. So if in 5 or 10 years you want a different life, start now. I really hope this information is useful for you. If you like it, like the video, subscribe, and please go to smv4k.com, sign up, and we're there to help you. Join the group, have conversations with us. We have regular video chats, and we have one-on-one coaching available. If you'd like to get over some really bad dating habits, that's the excellent way to do it. Okay? Take care.